Next up, we have Electrodynamix by DJ Nate. I'm being told this is official Geometry Dash soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, become a member, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Support the channel as much as you want. 2 disclaimers. Number 1, this is my first time hearing this track, so I will be pausing a lot. I will be pausing as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And number 2, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. So I might stumble upon my words here and there. Whatever happens. Let's see what we got. Electrodynamix, let's go. Okay, so we start with a very, very cool intro over here, giving us a rhythmic motif and a bass line. So a rhythmic motif. So a motif is the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from, the essence, right? Usually that is more in a melodic thing. That's usually done in the melody. When you're making music, you have 3 elements: melody, harmony, rhythm. Those are the 3 things that you usually have. So in this case, we're doing a rhythmic motif with that really, really cool start with a bass line. The bass line, of course, being just what the bass is playing, the lowest notes of the track. Let's see where this goes. Because we had and there we go. There's our motif. We are having a 2-part motif, chords being held, a couple of chords, and then arpeggios. Arpeggio is a chord being played 1 note at a time. So it sounds like we are just playing the same chord throughout the entire motif, but instead of, I keep forgetting to delete things. So instead of playing it, just playing the 2 chords, and then playing the chords even more, we are playing the chords and then we are arpeggiating them, giving us this new shape, very, very cool variation to it, and most importantly, giving this a sense of motion. Really cool stuff. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and it goes higher up. Oh! Okay, so now we are taking the same motif. So we're starting with the first 2 hits, right? Ba ba. That is our rhythmic motif. And then we engage in the rest of the melody. So we are taking similar concepts and we're just doing small variations, but the overall musical idea is pretty much the same. It's difficult to tell sometimes if this is an intentional thing or not on the part of the composer. Usually when it comes to music, in my case, for example, whenever I write something, a lot of the times the development of the motif is something that comes to me naturally. It's something that I consider to be what the music demands of me. Michelle Mickey Joe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome today. How you doing? So we're having this happen, and many musicians have this as well. That you're not so much as composing and creating, as much as I am discovering. So follow the music. I don't know what that is. So let's see where this goes. And now we just had a moment where there were aspects of both the first motif and the variation that we heard afterwards. Both the arpeggiation and then the extended melody. Let's see where this goes. Okay, the bass line is acting a little bit more. And we have a flying melody on top of everything. So, flying melody, that's a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial means that there's no academic term or anything like that. I just use this for the sake of simplicity, right? So we're having a very cool drum line, a very cool bass line. We're having these chords being played, the motif and everything. And high up above, very, very high up above, we are having a simpler melody, slower than everything else. It's just very much there, flying above the landscape and everything. We're not taking any more requests today, Mushir. So we're flying this, and it's very, very, very curious to see when it comes to electronic music because of how fast-paced everything else can be. So the flying melody doesn't have to be that slow. It just has to feel slower than everything else. Because in some aspects, this flying melody is a little bit faster than some of the other things we're doing, but because of the relative pace of everything else, it feels slower. It's a very, very difficult, it's a very tricky thing to achieve when you have multiple rhythms going on at the same time, but yeah, there you go. Let's see where this goes. And Mayoresa, there is such a thing as having a soundtrack being composed entirely of licensed music. That's Guitar Hero. It is entirely possible to not have an OST in a game. Yeah. Because that is just licensed music, which is, you know, it's still part of the game soundtrack. It's just not original compositions. But, yeah. It's completely possible. Yeah. All right, let's continue. I just wanted to answer that. Okay, so now we have another variation of the motif higher up. We're still getting that initial rhythmic just 2 hits. And now we are adding a third hit. So we're doing hits, arpeggio, we're no longer just going up, we're going up and down, and then we hit one more chord. So it's still the overall same musical idea. We are just exploring it, and of course, we are now putting it higher up. Usually when you put melodies higher up, stuff like that, it just adds more drama, more tension to it. So let's see where it goes. And there's the arpeggios again. Second variation of the motif. Variation of that variation just now. And flying melody. So we are kind of repeating ourselves, but we are changing the location, like whether or not we're doing the high octave, the low octave. The flying melody is no longer a high flying melody. Now it's on the middle range. So now it's not like we're feeling that we're flying above everything else. It feels like we're flying through something, and it's just really, really, really cool dynamic that we're getting. It's a very, very cool way that DJ Nate is using here to mix the elements that we already have. So we are mixing and matching, and we're just experimenting. This just sounds like pure experimentation that is working really, really well. Because we're saying, okay, but if I take this and I put it up here, okay, now I get space down here to add something else. It just feels like we are experimenting and moving around, and it feels very natural too. Like this is very, very well made, man. This is very well made. Let's see where it goes. I love those arpeggios. Off the ramp we go. So, off the ramp, another colloquial term that I love using. This is a way of transitioning between parts, how to make your listener feel suspended up in the air, like you've gone off a ramp, at the mercy of inertia, that kind of thing. Remove the drums. In this case, remove the drums, remove the bass, keep everything else going. We are giving the full focus to the motif. And it just works. Let's see where this goes. Oh. So we let it. So we completely stopped that, and we fade in something that sounds completely different. This could be a completely unrelated track. It could be. However, what we've done here, structurally speaking, when it comes to musical structure, you have something called form, right? So form is just the structure of your music. What we've done is we had section A, which was the start of the whole thing. Then we repeated section A in what is called A prime, because we had some variations there. And now this could be section B, a contrasting section, somewhat different. Let's see where this goes. Jazimo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome to today. So let's see where this goes. Flying melody, similar to what we had before with the piano. Very different drum beat now. So yeah, this one is a very different melody. Not entirely a different melody. This is based off of the second variation, or the first variation of the motif. So it is still overall the same musical idea. It just threw me off that we just completely faded in something else. What I would have done there, I would have done a crossfade. A crossfade, by the way, let me just bring the thing here. So a crossfade is when you lower the volume of one track while raising the volume of the other, giving you this like cross section. It's a little bit smoother. This was still good. I just think that it could have done a crossfade with this and it would have been a little bit more effective. It still works. So let's see where this goes. Yep, there we have. They have those arpeggios. We're teasing those arpeggios. The flying melody is back. Ooh. So yeah, we're having these moments. So now the drum beat is pretty different than it was before. We've completely let go of that initial rhythmic motif, but we are keeping that flying melody. We are keeping that second part. This is a second part of everything, so we're kind of basing everything off the second part of the motif, the second part of the flying melody, the second part of the drum beat, for the second part of this track. So I like it. This is cool. This is a cool way of exploring the material. I like it. Let's see where it goes. Okay. And there we go. A double prime. There we go. We come back for the climax of our track. The climax is, of course, where you want to bring back as much material as you want. We bring back A, in this case, double prime. So prime means it's a variation. Of course, this is not a one-to-one repeat. It could be a repeat of A prime. But so far, I've heard a couple of differences here and there. And we are having this moment of climax. Climax usually is something that happens in the last minute, maybe two of the track, depending on how long the track is. And you want to revisit as much material as you can. Right now, of course, we brought in the main motif of the melody, 1-2-1. This is a recapitulation of the motif. Let's see where this goes. Really cool. There you go. Variation. Extra variation. Fade out and fade in. Off the ramp, we landed again. Filtered out, whatever it is, it was still going off the ramp. Let's see where it goes. Really good. Okay. Yep. Now we have the second part. And we are doing my understanding. This is called sidechain, where basically, when the drum hits, everything else stops. So it gives you this sense of like on and off kill switch. Really, really cool aspect of electronic music. And yeah, we're just doing basically section B again. The second half of everything. And that's probably going to be our outro. Let's see where it goes. Yep, there you go. Second half and off the ramp for our outro. We bring in the piano doing a variation. Very, very good way of doing this. The only difference I would make the piano even softer. You have a volume knob, make that piano sound as sweet as you possibly can, and you get a really, really good, really good sound. Like when it comes to music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you are resolving that tension. That point in the middle, we call a cadence. So, as you build things up and you build things up and you build things up, one very, very good way of resolving a cadence is to reduce the structure, to reduce the scale of everything, to bring back the scale. So a lot of the times, in this case, we had this really cool build-up, very cool build-up, building up, adding scale, like just making everything more grandiose, and we finished it with a piano. And usually when you do that, the most powerful way of extracting, of executing that whiplash, soft. The softest notes you can do. And with post-production, you can just turn up the volume of the piano. And you can get this really very sweet sounding piano. At the very end, soft, sweet, just letting you soak in that very sweet melody. And it's working here. It's just the only change I would make here, because it is really good. Let's see how it ends, because we got 10 seconds left. We do like a, not really an elongated, kind of like a summary. One last hit of the cymbals. We hold the note, and there you go. We end it that way. Man, that was really good. That was really good. That was really, really well made. There you go. That was Electrodynamix by DJ Nate from Geometry Dash. Really good stuff, man. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the video archive YouTube thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member, support the channel as much as you want. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. What time that is for you, you can check the Discord and the Twitch, which have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel where we put the VODs of our after shows. Games are Basterd. Link in the description. Or you can search for the user, same username as James R. Basterd, swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. There you go. Really good stuff, man. Electrodynamix by DJ Nate. That was awesome. That was awesome. Really, really good songs we got today. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.